Yeah. Yeah. Had them long nights, eyes red, hands shaking. Still I stay, still I pray. Now the ground feel like it's raising. Used to count change for the bus ride. Rain in my shoes, cold shut eyes. Had to talk faith when the hope died. Hard on the floor, but I still try. Mama in the kitchen with the light low, telling me to keep my mind on the high road. Every little tear was a time code, stamped in my soul like a barcode. Days of pain, I pray, put the work in, never strayed. Every note that I face, built the armor that I wear today. Now I rise up, I'm victorious. All that hurt in my story turned glorious. Better days, I can feel them in my chest right here. Sacrificed so much just to stand right here. Now I'm here, I'm victorious, glorious. Glorious. Life is glorious, yeah. Used to feel small in the big crowd. Voice real soft, dreams real loud. Had to dig deep when the doubt screamed. Standing in the dark with a wild dream. Friends fell off when the road bent. Still I moved on with a broke sin. Every setback was a token, proof that the line hadn't closed yet. I overcame what they said I'd be. Turned every chain to a memory. Now when I look back, that old me, just a shadow trying not to ever. Fire up, now I rise up, I'm victorious. All that hurt in my story turned glorious. Better days, I can feel them in my chest right. Sacrificed so much just to stand right here. Now I'm here, I'm victorious, glorious. I bled for this, I wept for this. Lost sleep, lost time, lost innocence. But I live for this, yeah, I live for this. Every scar on my skin is my evidence. I overcame. They try to break me, but I still came back stronger in my own name. Now I rise up, I'm victorious. All that hurt in my story turned glorious. Better days, I can feel them in my chest right here. Sacrificed so much just to stand right here. Now I'm here, I'm victorious, glorious.
Peace, love, and beautiful energy. Today is a good day for a great day. Go ahead and put how you feel in the chat. Go ahead and put how you feel in the chat. Wow, wow, wow. We are coming down to the last day for your leadership and accountability. Ooh, bittersweet, bittersweet. It's always bittersweet. It's always bittersweet to come down to the last days inside of the mentorship. Because what's happening is you build this connection, right? We give you these opportunities to foster relationships that allow you to have breakthroughs in finance, breakthroughs in seeing difficulty differently, breakthroughs within your love, within self. And one of the truths about this is every opportunity is the last opportunity. So we have to normalize playing full out. We have to normalize playing full out. Everyone put in the chat, I'm playing full out. Even if you weren't playing full out from Monday, from tip off, or from Sunday, all the way to here, you can make a stretch run and you can go a little bit harder. If you agree, put I agree in the chat. Usually I don't care if people agree or not. I don't care, but I'm just asking to gauge it, right? Because the idea is if you are showing up for you, then you're going to get the best opportunities coming to you. Now you have to work on that. Remember, let's play this game real quick before we get into it. Are you more attractive or less attractive? Put more or less as the answer. Are you more attractive if you can speak better, if you can speak clearly, if you can articulate yourself? Are you more attractive or less attractive? If you show up on time, are you more attractive or less attractive? Are you punctual? Are you more attractive or less attractive? If you live up to your word and you stand in your integrity, are you more attractive or less attractive? And I always say the better way to look at this, because sometimes are like the greatest critics on ourselves. But if you look at your potential partner or significant other, are they more attractive or less attractive? If they have their better body, right? Their best body. Are you more attractive or less attractive? So when we complain about the opportunities we didn't get for the work that we didn't do, then guess what? We got work to do. So if you know you were giving it your all, we gave you assignments this week and you weren't doing the assignments this week, well, this day you need to get complete with that. We gave you the opportunity to get complete with some people in your life. You probably rejected the idea. Hey, remember, the idea for you is to be better than you were before you came in here. Remember, during these 5 days, you will be challenged, right? You will be pushed, you will be uncomfortable. But if you stay in your comfort zone, that is where you could die, where your dreams could die, where everything that you wanted to create will be suppressed. If you're looking to be successful, it doesn't happen in the land of comfortability. So, once again, my name is Sean Crewmate, and I'm here to help you become more effective in less time by helping you build systems. Systems could be internal systems, they can be external systems. External systems could be funnels, websites, being able to produce marketing material, systems that allow you to track and measure your goals for success, but also the internal systems, knowing the mental models, knowing principles, knowing how language works, time management, public speaking. All of these things are the intangibles, and the intangibles are what is going to make you successful and what separates you from everyone else. Because internally, we all have the same makeup, all have the same makeup inside. But what makes you different is the characteristics that you produce. So we want you to be the most attractive character because we know that if you accentuate your skill set and you become the most attractive character, the opportunities will flow to you. All of the opportunities that you have in your life are coming to you based upon your level of attraction, how attractive you are. But it's not about physical appearance only, it's about all the other factors. And that is what's going to make you super successful to the point where you can have that generational wealth. You can have people bringing you deals. You can have people working on behalf of you. You don't have to be the one that's working for everyone else and then no one's working for you. So if you want more revenue, you want less hours, you want real freedom, put the trophy emoji in the chat. Put the trophy emoji in the chat. Put the trophy emoji in the chat. Someone's asking questions about the replays. Um, ask support in the chat. I believe you should have the replays once these calls are over, like at least for 24 hours or 48 hours. But just ask, double check and ask. Okay, double check and ask support. All right, cool. So let me briefly run over our presentation that we went over on Monday, just so we can have everything kind of come to a conclusion and a holistic ending, because we don't want you to learn all of this stuff and then kind of just forget it because it's all blended together because you learned so much information. All right, so we have to do the conclusion, give it a little takeaway. Let me see if I can share my screen and let's briefly run right through it. I've seen a lot of trophy emojis in the chat. So that means obviously you're looking for more revenue, less hours, real freedom. And the idea is that when you work on you, everything works for you. So with personal development and business development, you have a life, a life you love. But without it, you have the life you currently have. So you have to look at yourself and say, okay, what do I want? Do you want the life you have now, or do you want something more? Let me know in the chat. You want the life you have now, because the life you have now could be good. It could be great. But do you want more? Do you want more? So if you want more, you have to become the reflection of that. You have to do more. But the thing is, you have to do the right more. The right more. So you have to be more effective with your time. We don't want you just to be busy, 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 and just doing a bunch of things, running around and thinking that you're getting the things done. We want you to actually be moving the needle forward. If that makes sense, makes sense in the chat, and let's continue to go. I'm going to speed through this. I want you to speed through it with me, all right? If I can have your commitment to do this, that would be amazing. Let's go ahead and get ready, get active. Let's get focused. So, what do you value most? If you could pick only one, what do you value most? Is it time or is it money? I'm asking you just to pick one if you could only pick one. What do you value most if you could only pick one, time or money? And I always want you to remember, become explicit. and always explain the reasoning. So get straight to the point. There's always power in the point. When you answer a question, answer the question and then elaborate. All right. Answer the question and then elaborate. Not elaborate and then answer the question. That's the backwards formula. Why? Always elaborate on why. Well, time is your greatest leverage. Without time, you have nothing. I know you could have money and money could create more time for you, but without the initial time, you can't even get the money. If you run out of time in this lifetime, it's over for you. You don't come back. Sorry. Okay. So, what contributes to your success the most? I want you to think about what affects both success and failure. So, what contributes to your success the most that affects both success and failure? Well, it's your effectiveness with time. Your effectiveness with time directly affects your experience with money, relationships, stress, freedom, and flexibility. If you don't have the time, you don't feel free. And you don't have the flexibility because you don't have the time. So you feel stressed because you do want to do these things, but you don't have the freedom and flexibility. So then it hurts some of your relationships. You're too busy working. You can't really foster your relationships. Sometimes out of sight, out of mind. So you're not getting to nurture your relationships. And then guess what? A lot of times when you're running out of time or you don't have time, maybe you are spending so much time or spending major time on minor things. And now you don't get the amount of money that you want. So, for example, time, right? If you work for Domino's Pizza and you make $10 an hour, you're still spending this hour whether you like it or not. We all have the same 24 hours, but what you do with the hour. So if you only get paid $10 on that hour, could you get paid more? Is it possible? Okay, so what you're doing with your time is going to affect the amount of money that you collect because instead of making only $10 an hour, you could be getting 50. You could be getting 100. And in a lot of cases, you could make thousands of dollars in an hour. That's clear. Put clear in the chat. Right. So what are you doing with your 24 hours? If you can get 2 to 3 times more results in the same time frame, would your life change? Yes or no? This is what is going to unlock your mind right here to see that becoming more effective in less time is the ultimate goal. Because if you answer this with no, my life wouldn't change if I get 3 to 2 more times results, then guess what? You don't need to become more effective in less time. But if you know that your life would change by getting 2 to 3 more results within the same 24-hour period, would your life change? And if the answer is yes, then you already know that you should be becoming more effective in less time. Let me stop the share real quick because I need to be able to see faces, and I just think that um, I need to connect real quick. Are we clear? Are we clear on that? Is that super clear? Because that whole segment should just be so clear now. Light bulb. If if I have 24 hours in a day, whatever I'm doing in this 24 hours in a day is not enough. But I need to be in a position where I can do more than enough without overworking myself, without putting myself in a strenuous situation, without depleting me. I need to be more effective with my time. It just makes so much sense. This is why you drive to work or you take transportation to work and you don't walk to work because you already know that within inside of you. You already understand that your primary objective is to be efficient with your time because you only have but so much of it. This is why when you look on those tombstones, the dash is this big because in the grand scheme of life, this is really how much you live, but it feels long. How many of us are 30 plus and it feels like 30 years don't went by in 3 days? Like, damn, where did everything go? Like, nowadays, the weekends feel like 2 days. I mean, the weekend is 2 days, but it feels like 2 hours when Monday hits, right? Let me continue sharing the screen now, and I know that we all have clarity and we're all on the same page. Okay, good. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Come on, we're active today. I love it. All right, so remember, your effectiveness with your time is going to dictate your money, relationship, stress, freedom, and flexibility. Time. The reason why we created time is to be able to track incrementally and measure efficiency. That's why you have a second hand and you have a minute hand. You have an hour hand because it's in increments. Everything that's in your life is incremental. Stop looking to the future so much. Stop reaching out all the way to the past. You cannot go back to get your old version. You will have to step into a new version of yourself in order to be successful. So you need to start tracking your time to make sure you are spending major time on major things instead of spending major time on minor things. Now, remember, everything is going to happen over time. So as you gain reps, as you put in more work, as you do it again, you get a gain. And then over time, time stands for tracking intentionally masters efficiency. This is why now you could drive so easily and don't have to worry about getting into that left lane like how you were when you first started, right? Or when you come out, you're able to speak, you're able to do certain things because you understand your power now. You have mastered your ability to speak with confidence. You master your ability to do your task at the job, right? So you are efficient now. Just so you, as a reminder, everything that's important to you in your life is tracked and measured for efficiency. Your income, your speed, relationships, your life, your business, and even the weight. And I mentioned that before. Some of y'all don't want to look on that scale. Look on that scale. Stop playing. Okay? Don't be afraid of that scale. When you think that you are lacking time, money, or opportunity, most likely you're lacking visibility on how your time is actually being used. I have to stop it again really fast just to make sure because I want to pretty much highlight that point right there. How many of us watch TV? How many of us watch TV? Put the amount of hours you watch TV. Put the amount of hours you watch TV. It could be zero point 0.5 if you only watch zero point 0.5 hours. It could be 1 hour, but a week. How many hours? How about a day? Let's go with a day. Let's go with a day because a week is too much for you to calculate. Let's go with a day. How many hours of TV do you watch? Watch. This is a trick question, by the way. Okay, it's a trick question. I'm giving you a heads up that this is a trick question because I know a lot of you. I'm just showing you that I know what a lot of people are going to put because these thoughts aren't really your thoughts. They're thoughts from a programming. Some of you are going to say this. Oh, I don't watch TV. Some of you are going to say, I watch 0 hours of TV. Some of you are going to say, I only watch 1 hour of TV. Okay. Now let's break it down for what you actually watch. How many of you have a phone? How many of you have a phone? How many of you have a phone? How many of you on a phone? How many hours are you on your phone? How many hours are you on your phone? Hello, that's TV. That's TV. That is TV. They took the television and made it small and put it in your pocket. So now you can walk around with the TV everywhere you go to get the programming. Now you can't miss the programming. It's TV. In your mind, you really believe I wasn't watching TV. Okay, let me go back to the screen to make sure all of this aligns now. Okay. So when you think you're lacking time, money, or opportunity, most likely you're lacking the visibility on how your time is being used. So you're lacking the visibility that the TV has actually become a portable device in your pocket. Everything that you could do on the TV, you could do right on your phone and more, right? So what you don't measure, you cannot improve. So if this is a blind spot for you, if this is an aha moment, go ahead and put aha in the chat. If this is a blind spot and you did not see this, go ahead and put aha in the chat because regardless of how you feel about what I'm saying, the smartphone is actually a television device. It's actually a television device. And it's made by the same things that the television is made from, and it's which is called a black mirror. The black mirror is witchcraft, is used to produce reality, is used to conjure reality, is used to do what we will call spells. You can believe me or not, and this is the reason why sometimes you might be scrolling and forget that you're scrolling and don't even know why you're scrolling. Now, the reason why I'm saying all of this is because when you intentionally understand it and understand it, you now can do something about it. That's why I'm bringing this up this way. Most of us don't know about this. And it's not to say anything negative to you, but I want you to realize that it's your system. Your system determines how effective you are with your time. Your current reality is a reflection of your system. Everyone put in the chat right now, is your current system working or your current system not working? So if it's working, put working. If it's not working, put not working. See, now this is the key to it. If your system is working, it's going to save you significant time, energy, money. If it's not working, it's going to drain you significant time, energy, and money. Are you drained money? Are you drained of your energy? Is someone always taking up your time? Do you barely have time to breathe? Do you have time for yourself? All right. So your system, you have to improve your system. So that means you have to become more knowledgeable about what it is that you're participating in. What what it is that you are involved in on a day-to-day basis. And so what happens when you start measuring what you're involved in on a day-to-day basis? You stop guessing what's going on, you stop wasting time, and you start optimizing. So a lot of us feel like we need clarity and direction. If that's you, put Yana in the chat. YANA, if you feel like you need clarity and direction. So, one of the things that you're going to get clarity and direction from is auditing your time, being able to see exactly what it is that you're doing on the daily basis. So, if you've ever felt like I don't make enough money, I'm always stressed, I don't have time, my relationships are draining, you weren't lacking the effort. You just was lacking the system, a way to be visible, to see all of what was going on. And if you say, hey, look, I've been busy, but I've been overthinking instead of executing. I've been worrying about things that I couldn't control. I've been spending money, but I'm not making any money on it. I've been saying yes to everything. I've been overworked and underpaid. Chances are you're just not tracking what's going on, so then you can't improve the progress. Now, if you're scrolling on social media for 2 hours a day, that's about 60 plus hours a month, and that's basically a full-time work week that could be wasted. So we do have the time. We just don't track what we're doing, and that way we can't improve it. So if we do track it, we can start to realize that life is simply mathematical, it's systematic. Whether you realize it or not, what you do daily creates your results. What you believe in, you'll be living. What you focus on expands. It's all mathematic, it's systematic. It's the combination of what you put into it that gives you what you get out of it. If you're on these calls and you're on and you're at work and you're listening in, I get it because you're doing the best you could do. But I just want to remind you that if you're split between listening to what they're talking about on the work call and listening to what they're talking about on the leadership call, how efficient are you going to be? Let me know in the chat. How efficient are you going to be? Let me stop this really fast. How efficient are you going to be? How efficient are you going to be? So how come we love to multitask? How come we love to do that? Like it's almost as if like we're so we feel like we're so much running out of time that we have to do everything in this one little time that we have. Like I've seen people driving, doing makeup. I've seen people driving, doing their hair, but you didn't have a system together to make sure that you got up early enough to be able to do those things so that way you don't have to rush. If you have any questions, I want you to write them down and then ask me at the end of this. Okay? If you have any questions. Because I know some things are starting to pop up to you, but you want to minimize your multitasking. Yes, there are going to be things that you have to multitask with, but most of the time you're not. See, the thing is to become such a high level character, such an attractive character that people want to work for you. So you don't have to do those other ancillary things. You don't have to do those miscellaneous things. There's other people that would love to do them for you. They can get paid to do them too, right? So you want to disconnect from distractions as much as possible and minimize your multitasking because a lot of times you multitask and in the moment you feel like you're doing a lot, but you're really doing the least because if you was to just focus on, let's say you was focusing on work and you just focused on work, the chances are you're going to perform higher than splitting your focus. Because remember, you only retain 10% of information that you hear anyway. So imagine listening to two things going on at the same time. Let's just be real here. You forget about what he's even said once you get off those calls. And then that's like one of the things that happens with in when we watch courses, right? You'll watch a course. Tell me if this is true to you. You'll watch a course. You're in the moment, you're like, yeah, that information is good. I know it, I know it, I know it. And as soon as the video ends, you forgot what happened on the call. And you were watching it. You were literally watching it. You forgot what happened on the course. Let me know in the chat if that's true for you. If it's not, put no. If it is, put yes. I just need to know. You get on these courses, you're excited. Material is going through. Midway in the course, you start thinking about other things. Then you got to snap yourself back to reality. You got to rewind it and replay it. And then something else distracts you. And then by the time you finish, you don't forgot all of what was even said. Okay, those things we have to fix. We have to shore those up. Okay. And the way to do that is to minimize distractions, minimize our multitasking. All right. So the question is, Are you are you making your life mathematical where it's easy, where it's simple, systematic, where you know 1 + 1 = 2, and you're not winging it? So right now you're perfectly designed to get the results you currently are getting. So if you don't like the results you have now, then you have to create a new system. Now, stress is a sign of inefficiency. Trying to control everything, focusing on what you lack, and the biggest one is taking on other people's problems. So, which life are you living right now? Inconsistent, lacking money, up and down relationships, stressed, overwhelmed, reactive to anything and everything, maybe what your partner says can irritate you, right? Always trying to catch up, always feeling off balance. That's life A. Life B is consistent, growing in income, aligned with healthy relationships. You're calm, you're poised, you're focused, stress-free energy. I'm talking about clear direction. You're in control of your time in your life. You are spending major time on major things, and you're not majoring in the minors. You're not just being busy. You're moving the needle. So, which life are you having, A or B? And I would love for you to think about, if it is A, what could you do to live life B? The answer is from the beginning. We already said it: become more effective in less time. See, you're lacking money not because you don't put out the effort to get money. No, it's because whatever position that you're doing to get money is not paying you enough. And sometimes, I'm gonna be real with us. Sometimes it's just you over leveraging yourself. You're living beyond your means. A lot of time, actually, a lot of times, that's why we get into money problems, because we over leverage, but also because the system is rigged for you to break just even, okay, or to just be a little bit under the poverty line, so that way you could actually need the system until you die. So unfortunately, that's the type of program we're in, and we have to do something about it. One of the ways to do something about it is recognizing your problem. Your problem is your opportunity. See, your problem and your obstacle, right? It's not something that's here to hurt you. It's something that's here to help you. When you ask God, you say, God, help me get to another level. Please put finances in my life. God cannot just make finances pop in your pocket. That's not how it works. God will allow you to be in a certain situation that you would have to find a solution to your problem, and then you would get a reward for it. See, with no struggle, there's no progress. This is why they used to say no pain, no gain. You remember that? No pain, no gain. No struggle, no growth. No pressure, no progress. Stop being afraid of the lights. Hey, come up here and speak. Why are you afraid? And I get it. It's because we've been told to sit down, shut up, don't speak. See, but your current obstacle that you're going through is preparing you for your next level. If you're struggling in your finances, stop saying you're broke, because your language creates a reality. Yeah, you might be struggling right now, but guess what? Right now, I need to put more emphasis in that area. Everyone put in the chat negatives versus notifications. I don't want you to look at the negative. Oh, I'm broke, I don't have the money. No, look at the notification. The notification is, I need to work more in this area. Because when you do, it's going to help you learn more income skills, and those skills will produce that future freedom that you're looking for. And just so you understand, nobody will ever be fully free unless you build some super business. If you built a super business, even then you still wouldn't be free. Nobody is ever going to be free in this life. So don't look for full freedom with doing nothing. No one is ever going to get money out of thin air. It's not going to happen. You might get lucky sometimes, but you have to put in work. There are 4 pillars to getting results. The highest level of value will be your vision, your imagination. What is your vision? Everyone put vision in the chat. Life does not go according to plan, but it does go according to your vision. You have to see it. Some of you want to believe it when you see it. No, you got to believe it before you see it. It has to already be in your mind before it comes up into time inside of the reality in this 3D printed world. Everything you see in this physical world is a printed version from the mind. So what does that tell us? Success leaves clues, right? So if everything that we see is printed from the mind, then we need to start printing what we want to see on a daily basis from our minds. That's why we did the guided meditation. We wanted you to imprint onto you, what vision do you like to see? What's your image, your imagination? And right, let me continue to run through this. So the system, you need a system. You need to be able to communicate and orchestrate. Everyone has to put orchestrate in the chat. Stop looking for people to tell you what to do. Stop looking for people to tell you what to do. You're going to get people to tell you what to do. That's going to happen, but stop looking for that. Stop only moving when somebody's telling you what to do. Be the orchestrator. Move the chess pieces on the board. Orchestrate it. Make the symphony. You control it. You get up and control it. Somebody put in the chat, I have control. And I want, if you put that in the chat, that means you're taking control. Okay. So, team is important. Integration, unification. There's no one man band that's going to make you super rich. It's not going to happen. It just doesn't exist. It's not real. It's a myth. It's just not actually real. You would never ever do it alone. You will never do it alone. When you walk outside the house, the clothes that you have on already, somebody made it for you. So if you're taking credit, oh, you look good, you look nice. Yeah, but somebody made those clothes. Somebody took time to orchestrate that and you put it on. That's a team. You just don't know those people, but life is already working for you. You're hungry. You're running out the door. You didn't get time to make food for yourself, but you went into a restaurant and somebody else made food for you, especially for you. That's a team. That's integration. That's putting your idea into reality. The person who has the restaurant put their imagination into the reality. They printed what was in their mind and put it into reality. And now is merged into your reality. But what are you doing? Are you putting your reality into the world, your dreams into the world and creating it with someone else? Or are you just executing on the dreams and the thoughts that other people told you to execute on? There's nothing wrong with that because you're still going to do that. That's part of the four levels and four pillars of these results. But what I'm saying to you is if you want a higher level of life, stop neglecting the team, stop neglecting the system, and for sure, stop neglecting your vision. Stop letting people talk you out of your big dreams. Anyway, I'm getting on a rant here. Let me get out of here. So there aren't any secrets to success. There are only systems to success. And remember, we want to be more effective in less time, but the system that you currently have determines how effective you are with your time. Are you still the person that's complaining about not going to the gym? Well, complaining about going to the gym, but then you're also complaining about huffing and puffing walking up the steps? Like which reality do you want? Do you want the one where you walk up the steps and feel empowered? You want the version of it where you have the great body, or you want the one where you keep having to go to the doctor? You keep having to have health scares. You keep having to jump on some diets. Which one do you want? The choice is yours because your current reality is a reflection of your system. If you are sick, your system is sick. Your system is supposed to help you save significant time, energy, money. If it's doing that, you're on the right path. Your system will change everything. It will allow you to be able to come in here and add value. I'm not going to talk too much about money. I'm just going to get out of there. But the reality of it is we want to get paid to be ourselves. And the way that you're going to get paid to be yourself is if you start looking inward and realizing that there's a you inside of you that if you don't bring out, you don't get what you want in this reality. Closed mouths don't get fed. When we say raise your virtual hand, stop being the first one to be second. Get up there, raise your. Hey, look, I don't care. My heart's pumping. I don't care. I remember when I used to be going around in parks, going around in events, and when I acted at the perfect, I wait for the perfect time. Okay, cool. Everyone stop. Whatever. Let me raise my hand now. See if I can get everyone's attention. I'll raise my hand, get everyone's attention. Hey, man, can I say this to you all? Everyone's like, yeah, yeah. What's going on? What's going on? I have everybody pull out their phone. I say, everyone is loving, like you're doing so much. You're loving on everyone else. But who's loving on you? Are you loving on you? If I can have everyone take out their phone, I want everyone to do this right now. You don't have to take out your phone because you're on Zoom, but you can look at yourself in the mirror. And I want you to look at yourself. In fact, I do want you to take out your phone. If you are on your laptop, take your phone out if you're on your laptop. And I want you actually to record this and I want you to post it in your stories and tag me. If you have Instagram, post it in your stories and tag me. I want you to record yourself. Let me know when you're ready. Put ready in the chat when you're ready, when you have your phone out. Put ready in the chat when you have your phone out. Okay, I see some readies in the chat. I want you to hit the record button and I want you to put it on selfie mode. If you're on your phone, you're pretty much not going to be able to do the exercise. You can to record it. You can do it by just looking at the screen, but you're not going to record it. I want you to record this and send it to me on Instagram. All right, cool. We're ready, right? I want you to look into that camera phone And I want you to see that reflection, that person that's staring back at you. And I want you to say some loving things to that person. Go ahead, do it. I don't care. Don't think about what other people are thinking about. Just say it. Just go ahead and say it. I want you to tell you how much you mean to you. Tell yourself how much you mean to you, how happy you are, how proud of yourself you are, how much you love yourself. Make a commitment. What are you committing to going forward? Make it real. Don't just say it just because you want to say something. Say what's real. Once you finish that, upload that to your stories and tag me in it. And when you finish tagging me in it, put done in the chat. In the meantime, I'm going to tell you the little popcorn story. Some of you probably heard the popcorn story. Sunshine, you heard it a million times. You can put the earbuds in if you need to. All right. Well, I was at my sister's house. I'm from New York City, but my sister, she was living in New Jersey. And I went to visit her. It was late, around 10 p.m., going 10, in between 10:30ish. And all the stores were closed, restaurant. I shouldn't be eating past that time anyway. Having healed from GERD and the esophageal cancer, I shouldn't be eating that late anyway. It was just I was in a caloric deficit and I needed to add some calories bad, right? And there were no stores open in Jersey. They were closed. And in New York City, you go right down to the bodega and they could help you out there. Or is there other restaurants that are open? And there was nothing. But I did find something in the house though. But I'm plant-based. So my sister's not plant-based. So there was food in the fridge that I could not eat. So I was looking for something I could eat and I found popcorn. Little popcorn. I forgot the name of the popcorn, but it's in a brown paper bag and it has blue letters on it. And the blue letters, I took it out the plastic, threw the plastic in the garbage, and I'm hyped now because I found something. When you find loose change in the pocket, it may be a couple dollars, but it's still a good find, right? So I found the popcorn and I'm like, okay, cool, let's put it in the microwave. It has the popcorn setting on the microwave. I don't typically use microwaves, but I'm gonna use it today. All right. It says this side up, so I make sure it's this side up. I put it in the microwave. I'm good. Put the button on. Let's go. It's on. I hear some pops. And I hear more pops. Now it's just popping off. So every time it's popping, I'm dancing to it because when the food get ready to come out to you, you start dancing. I don't know why we do that. I think it's something in our culture. Like we just start doing stuff like that. So the food is coming. It's anticipation. So I was like, yeah, that food, I found something. I don't have to, I'm good. And then it stopped, and you can smell it. Something about popcorn that has this distinct aroma that you can't mistake it for anything else. So it kind of lures you. I didn't even think I was walking on the floor. I think I was floating a little bit. It just lowered me in there. I pressed the microwave button, it opened up. Pow. Yeah, I took that bag out there. I opened up the bag, and then guess what? The steam hit me right in the face. And on the bag, it says, be cautious of steam. You have to pay attention to directions and instructions. I'm lucky this was just steam and it wasn't something else, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. I taste one and it's good, but sometimes the popcorn be a little dry. I don't know what they be acting like it got butter on it and all this other stuff. Stop playing, man. You giving me dry popcorn, hurting my throat. Them kernels in there tough. So them kernels tough. Sometimes the kernels be tough. So I said, look, let me add some flavors to it, like anybody else. What type of flavors I put? I put a little salt on it, a little pepper, a little paprika. I started going in. A little turmeric is in there. I'm chefing it up. I got gourmet popcorn now. My pinkies is up now. I got it in a nice little bowl. But as I was eating it, I get down to the end, and I'm like, damn, it's losing a little bit of flavor. So I grab the bag and I start rubbing the popcorn on the side of the bag. I should have done that in the beginning. That's a hack. I didn't know that because you was getting nice butter salt. For some reason, the microwave, whatever it did to the substance, it made it kind of crispy-ish, but like, that little smack that you get. And I was, yo, this is good. So it made me want more. So, so I see more kernels at the bottom of the bag. Yeah, all right. So if you see more kernels at the bottom of the bag and you're a little hungry still, what would you do? Be real, because if you can be real, what you do? I know what I did. I thought I was gonna repop them. I said, let me repop these things. So I took them and I put them back in the microwave because I want a little more. It's a bunch of unpopped kernels in it. Put it in the microwave. You know me. I'm going back to the dance because I done found some extra treasure. Okay. And I found the flavoring combination. So yeah, this popcorn is gourmet. So then what happens is I'm hearing one pop, two pop, three pops, and I'm smelling burnt. I'm smelling burn. I'm like, wait, nah, this ain't it. And it stopped popping, right? And then the microwave did some funny thing where it like glitched. I was like, nah, let me turn this off or blow up the house. I click it off, right? And I go and I look in the bag and it's already steaming, it's already smoky, and it's already burnt. Y'all know what I did though? I still tried one. I still tried one. And because one looked like it wasn't burnt, but I only realized it was burnt when I looked inside, like the little kernel part was black, but the outside had the actual popcorn. And when I ate it, all I could taste was the burn. I spit that out. I was like, nah, it's different. I can't. I tried, but I can't do it. So I spit it out, and I was like, God is funny, man. God is funny because God would teach you things in ways that you wouldn't understand. That blessings will come in, and it made me realize something. Why didn't the kernels pop on the second try? Like I'm thinking about it. Like I get it because maybe they didn't pop because all of the other kernels were on top of them, in front of them, so the light from the microwave was probably hitting those, and they were getting popped. So I'm thinking they're not around anymore. It's enough space for all of you to get popped. Why didn't you pop? You know why they didn't pop? Because they were so busy waiting behind everyone else. They were so busy cheering everyone else on. They were so busy saying, yeah, you got it, you got it. And they weren't getting themselves into the light. They weren't putting themselves in position to be pop. And when I realized, I said, wow, that's like us. We do that. And then on the second time, oh, it's my turn now, sis. It's my turn now, bro. No, it's not. Your turn is gone. That was your turn. That was it. Because every opportunity is the last opportunity. That was it. This might be your opportunity, but you know what? You're counting yourself out. This might be your opportunity. You know what? You're letting people talk you down. This might be your opportunity, but you know what? You got negative self talk. You know what? You're saying to yourself, damn, I might not be able to do it. You have doubt. You have fear. Fear is just a bad imagination. I realized when I threw those kernels out, I said, damn, that's how a lot of us end up. We have these big dreams. I'm quite sure all of those little kernels wanted to get popped. Come on, what are they there for? They wanted to come on, they wanted to get popped. They wanted to transform into a popcorn. They wanted to have their next level, but they weren't prepared for the opportunity. They allow everybody else to get in front of them. Don't let that be you. Don't let that be you. Don't be the kernels that didn't pop. Because when I tossed them kernels out, that was the same thing that happens to a lot of us in the dreams. Most of us go to the graveyard with our dreams and goals. I know a lot of people who went to the graveyard with their dreams and goals. Don't let that be you. I have a lot of bonuses I want to give out to you all. I want to do a quick guided meditation with you. Quick guided meditation, and then we're gonna run out and then get to the live. What was your takeaway from that story? Let me know in the chat. What was your takeaway from that story? All right, let's get into it. If you can, I invite you to breathe in through the nostrils until your lungs are at capacity. And I want you to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly release through your mouth. Push the remaining air out through your nostrils. Breathe. Notice how your body feels light. Inhale deeply until your lungs are at capacity. And I want you to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly release through your mouth. Push the remaining air out through your nostrils. If you can, and you're in a safe place, I invite you to close your eyes. Now, I want you to see everything that's around you before you close your eyes. That space you're in, the device you're on, time period of life you're in right now. And I want you to see it all disappear one by one until you're in this white space of nothingness. Notice that you can still see with your eyes closed because your eyes are for looking, but your mind is for seeking. See yourself at the highest point. See the good, see the great. See you. This white space is the quantum world. This is where everything is created before you see it in the 3D world, including your problems, your fears, your gifts, and many more. You're safe in this place. You're protected. You're whole. You're complete. You are the judge and jury, the star of your story, the director. As you are looking out into the distance in this white space, I want you to start to direct what is going on around you. I want you to see yourself stepping into a new world. What does that world look like? Maybe it's your dream island, dream home, dream city. Wherever it's at, I want you to take yourself there. Breathe. Inside of that space, this person walks up to you. They look familiar, but they're different. It's you, but different. It's your higher self. As you are standing there looking at your higher self walks to you and says, "Let me show you something." Your higher self takes you by the hand, and then you start to see everything the higher self wants to show you, taking you back through memory lane, through all the times where you gave up on yourself, all the times where you stopped short when you were so close, all the times you stopped before you began, all of the hurt that you may have caused someone else. The scene, I want you to see it vividly, the argument, the betrayal, the disrespect, the cutoff, the lash out, the blame, the abandonment, the hurt, the pain. Breathe. As your higher self shows you all of the pain that you caused to others, The higher self also shows you all of the joy you brought to others. So now it's showing the times you were there for people when no one else was. The times you stood tall when everyone else played small. When you helped them out when they didn't even know it. You weren't looking for credit. You just wanted to help. The gifts you've gotten, charity, the good deeds. And then your higher self takes you to this place where it's a room full of people dressed in their best. And there's something different about this room. There's a positive, lovely feeling. But there's something different about all the people that's in this room. All of the people that are in this room were once people who walked this earth with you and now are ancestors in the quantum realm. All of the loved ones that you lost along the way, they're there in their best dressed. As you walk through that crowd of people, they're clapping, they're snapping, they're saying, I'm proud of you. I knew you would do it. You did that. Keep going. Maybe it was mom, dad, brother, cousin, family members, friends, but all of the people you lost along the way, they're there. Even the ones you may have didn't get closure with. Maybe you had a falling out. They're all there, and they're there for you. As you take the stage, you're looking at all of the individuals, but instead of speaking, you're listening. And I want you to listen to what they're telling you, how proud of you they are, how amazing you are, how resilient you are, how they may be gone, but they're still with you, empowering you, helping you heal and build. Take a moment to yourself and just listen to the thoughts that they give. As that scene unfolds and you walk back into the crowd, they all hug you and they all say, I'm sorry. I apologize. And I love you. And I'm here to support you. Thank you. Thank you. As you look at the faces, never forget them. They're part of you. They're rooting for you. They're choosing you. As they all say their goodbyes to you, you're left standing there with a thought. What is that download? Maybe that time is not on your side. Maybe you've been playing small. Maybe you've been showing up like you've never done before. Only you know. Receive your download. As your higher self comes back to you, tells you, Don't be so hard on yourself. Loosen the grip. You may not be where you want to be, but you're right where you need to be, because you're not where you need to be. Your higher self says, I love you. I'm proud of you. You have work to do. The job is not done yet. Go and get it. They disappear, and you're left there. Breathe. Every opportunity is the last opportunity, because each moment of your life creates your future. Each second, each minute, each millisecond creates your future. Breathe. As you inhale, the entire scene shifts. As you exhale, it fades back to the white space of nothingness. The quantum world, where quantum leaps are made, where you can go from $50,000 years to $50,000 days. I invite you to see everything populate back into your reality that was there before you did the guided meditation. That space that you're in, the device you're on, your feet on the floor, your ears hearing my voice. I will welcome you back with love and healing energy. You are complete, you are whole. Time for your next level. If you can, open your eyes, come back to this call. If you do need to stay in that meditative space for a bit, go ahead and stay there. Go ahead and stay there. All right. Good. If there's any questions or concerns, now would be the time to raise your virtual hand and ask questions and concerns, whether it was from the guided meditation or whether it's from this entire week. If there was something that stood out to you that you need clarity on, now is the time to get it. If you would love to just raise your hand and talk about how powerful this was for you this week, you being on these AM calls, go ahead and do that. Sunshine, we will call up the hands as we see them come in. And what I'm going to do is prep to give you some gifts. So we do have some gifts for everyone as participants being here. Do have some gifts for you all.
Are you ready for the first one?
For the first one, I need to see more hands first. I don't see enough hands. What I'm going to do in the meantime, in between time, is put some things in the chat. So I'm going to give you copies of these free gifts. Utilize them. Don't just, treat it like the free t-shirts you get and then you start sleeping in it, start wiping messes up off the floor. Your kids done spill some things, you're wiping the baby mouth with it. Forgive me. I'm talking about my old traumas. I'll put this in the chat though. What's going on, Sunshine? Who we have coming up first though while I'm doing this?
Jamal.
Shout out to Jamal. Jamal's been showing up. Jamal's my MVP pick. What's up, Jamal? What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? Good morning, brother. Morning to you and Queen Sunshine. I think this guided meditation was the best one for me personally. I saw a few people, but the most significant person I saw was my dad. And I don't know a whole lot about, life beyond here, but there's a scripture that says, being surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, lay aside the weight that so besets you and run with patience the race set before you. And just him telling me he's proud of me. It's been a lot since he's passed, and he's taken on his widow and so many things. He's like, run your race, man. And I'm really proud of you, and I love you. I saw my grandparents, a couple of great aunts, but just seeing him and having him speak life over me, especially at this, we're getting ready to turn to the half of the year. It's like God knew exactly, he knew exactly what I needed, man. You know,
Wait, wait.
and- Hmm?
Stay there. Don't skip over that emotion. Why are you feeling emotional like that? What's coming up to you in that moment?
He had a major stroke. Um, and it was right. I used to live in the Midwest. I came back, he got critically ill. I had resigned when I realized he was getting sick, and he got sick 3 days later. And we lived in a hospital, together. Um, and he went nonverbal the last couple of weeks. So a lot of our communication was nonverbal. I was there with him, when he passed, and a lot of life changed. I never thought I'd come back to live in DC. I didn't think I'd take on a widow. I was 32 when that happened. So, it's like best years of a young man's life. And for a long time, I haven't lived my life. I've kind of tried to do everything to take care of her and, the family. And, you know, that scripture about running your race is just like, I know he wouldn't want me to not run my race. It's like, we've had some really good years in business, but also I've done like this much of what I can do because I've carried so many other people's weight. And I just felt a release like that's not your weight to carry. I have other work for you to do. I'll care for that when you walk in obedience, and that's the hardest thing. So, but hearing like him say, I'm proud of you, you've done all you can. So I needed like that release, man. Because it's scary, you know. Um, it's scary when you don't have one parent, and I know you don't have both. And so it's like I only got one parent left. What am I gonna do? But God is showing me, man, like if you be obedient, I'll take care of your mother. I'll take care of everything. Because growing up, he was my worst enemy. He was a heroin addict and an alcoholic and a crack addict. So I hated him. And he gave his life to Christ in 2006. Took some years to gain trust with him. And then around 2008, that became my homie, man. So for 11 and a half, 12 years, I got him. My worst enemy is my best friend, my brother in Christ. And um, coming back, I lived so far away, um, so I hated God because I felt like God, you gave him to me and then you took him away. Um, so it's been, even in business, you have to be connected to God. I wasn't connected to my source because I hated the source. And so throughout the years, it's been dual healing my relationship with my earthly and my heavenly Father, because that impacts, listening to speak is my business. Um, we do similar work, but like, you know, God has always shown me I'm healing the boy so the man can live. You've been living for some other people. I need you to live now so you can impart life. And going into that quantum, it imparted life to me. I think I need to just like journal about it and not let it fade. I need it to slow drip like an IV and get into my bloodstream and my mind stream. So that's what I'm at.
Yeah. Absolutely love that. I'm sending you a lot of love and healing energy. Obviously, we were able to talk a little bit, and you told me some of these things. And then the second time around, I'm hearing it hits a little different. And I thank you for being the man that you are. Thank you for being vulnerable as well. Really just stepping into that star character, even coming all the way back to DC, taking on everything. And it shows your character. And you will continue to be blessed. Stay on the path and stay obedient to what you know is that calling for you. Everyone sends some love in the chat to Jamal. Did you have anything you wanted to add before we let you go?
Just gratitude, man. Gratitude for all the besties. These are some of the best people on the planet. And grateful for this was a gift to me, especially at this juncture of the year. It's like his timing is so perfect. And the biggest thing is once I log off here and get to work and get to business, it's just like, Jesus, keep me abiding. Keep me in the vine because I don't want to lose it. And I know that's a choice in how I use my time. And so even today, going over the review of day one was a good revelation of like, let me reinforce that so you don't lose it. I think Peter said, I want to stir up your pure mind by bringing you into remembrance. So I'm not fired up because that goes away, but I'm stirred to go deeper. So thank you.
Absolutely. Everyone send some love in the chat if you haven't already. And this is why we want you to stay close to the fire, keep that beautiful energy, because a lot of times it's just little moments like this. And it's the small wins that create the biggest gains. And remember, before you can truly build, you have to heal. And a lot of us are carrying trauma, carrying burden, carrying weight, carrying the pain of the past. Let's be freed so we can have a fruitful future, so we can step into that next level, being that star character, that most attractive character, right? Seeing your higher self and stepping into your next level of life, ladies and gentlemen. This is the real work. And this is why we say, let's do the hard work and just not focus on the hard work, because this right here gives you the motivation, the inspiration to be able to be that person that earns the right to have that life that you are looking for. Let's continue to go. Let's bring up the next person. I'm super proud of a lot of you, man. Jamal, got to snap up the clap up for Jamal. Wait, before we bring up who's coming up?
It's
Before,
Chris.
before we bring up Crystal, can we unmute? Can everybody unmute and clap it up and snap it up for Jamal? The way he's been showing up, very exemplary, and I love what he's doing. Let's snap it up and clap it up for him.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jamal.
Jamal.
Thank you so much.
Good job.
Jamal.
Good job,
Hey,
Jamal.
go
We're
it,
so proud
Jamal.
of
Good
you.
job,
Hey,
Good
Jamal.
job,
Go,
Jamal.
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 Go,
Awesome.
Jamal.
Good job, Jamal.
Good
Good
job.
job.
Proud of you.
Blessings, brother.
I want you
You
to be
Yes,
got
my
this.
best
inspired.
friend, healthcare father. You
Keep
just don't
going.
even know.
And
You
hugs
got
and
this.
Love you,
Keep
prayers.
going.
So much love and light
God
to
got
you.
Jamal,
you.
go get it.
Such an
Go
amazing
get it.
person.
Go
The
get
great work.
it. Go get it, my
Yes.
brother. Go
He's
get it.
looking down and he's
Bless
proud
you.
of you.
Bless you.
Oh,
Yes, your dad
Bless
is
you.
very proud of you.
absolutely amazing.
Jamal
God
got me
bless
crying
you.
and driving.
I see y'all.
Philippians 1:6, Jamal.
Don't do that, Jamal. Don't don't be like me, making people cry, Jamal. Cut it out now. You know how they start getting. All right, cool. Let's bring up the next person.
Crystal. Come talk to us, love. What's this only giving me this?
Wait, you're on mute still, Crystal. Send the request so she can unmute.
Okay. After school. Did. I'm already emotional. Um,
You can unmute now.
um, both my parents were there. They asked me to forgive them for abandoning me as a child. I told them okay. My grandmother asked me for forgiveness for mistreating me. And I forgave her. Each person from each generation said they were proud of me and that they know that I'll be successful. They said that in my success, I will be a blessing to many. And that me being here, like Miss Joyce said yesterday, is God ordained, and that it's okay to believe in myself, and that I am beautiful inside and out, and to put my faith in God and trust in myself so I can have the things that I deserve, and that I'm worthy to be loved, and that I'm powerful, and that the same power I use to help others I now have to use to help myself. I'm sorry.
I don't want you to be sorry. I want you to stay exactly where you're at. I want you to be in this vulnerable space because it's revealing something to you. I'm quite sure most of us on this call, we had no clue that the guided meditation would affect us in that way. But sometimes you don't know what you need until you get it. Crystal, time is running out. A choice is going to have to be made. And you have the reassurance, you have the backing that you can do it, that you can create the life that you truly want. But it's going to come from you stepping into your highest level of character, showing up even though you don't want to, knowing you need to do what you need to do in order to get what you want, speaking up, being a reflection of the love that you want to receive. From this particular exercise, what is your commitment going forward?
3 things. I commit to my hopes and my dreams. I commit my time to my success. And I commit my energy only to the positive.
Mm. Write that down so it stays with you and you stay in alignment with it as well. Okay. Proud of you, Crystal, because you're stepping up now. We can see that happening. We can see that you are starting to see your worth and stepping into that power because you do show up for everyone else. But now it's time for you. It's time for you to show up for you in the biggest way. But don't forget that you now could call on other people to help you, to give you that reinforcement, that support, and that encouragement that you need. Okay. Everyone send some love in the chat to Crystal. Anything else before we let you go, Crystal?
I just want to say thank you.
Mhm.
I appreciate everybody online and everybody that has reached out to me. I love all of you. I see you guys sending me love. Thank you. Um, this was very empowering. I am not one that likes to show emotion. I'm always emotional. I always do things with passion, and most times I hate that I'm emotional and I have to be tough and all this kind of stuff to try to gather my emotions so that I can think clearly. But this time I'm glad that this was a safe space for me to say how I felt. Honestly, my husband's in the room, and most times I get real shy in front of him because, he's kind of my hero, you know what I mean? So by him being in the room at the other desk is and me being able to say for the first time how I felt in a situation in a environment like this with him in the room is empowering. He's behind me. He tell anybody most times I make her emotional. So I feel safe. Most times I don't. Most times I come out fighting. Most times I can be incredibly mean, professionally mean. Um, and I always feel like I have to fight my way through life. And this was the first time I felt like I could release all of that and start anew and open up and let that go so that I can gain what I need from this from these classes as well as the classes we paid for last night so that I can be my best self and continue to help people on a higher playing field.
Mm,
So thank you.
absolutely. One request. Can I give you consideration?
Mhm.
If you could take this moment, I don't know what your husband is doing, if he could get up. If he can't, don't worry about it. But if he,
He's right here.
yeah, can you just give him a hug and tell him you love him?
Can you do it on camera, babe?
He doesn't have to do it on camera, but I just, want you to do that for you.
Love you. So proud. Good job.
You feel that, Krista?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stay right there. Feel that. Everyone send some love to Crystal in the chat. Yeah, and anyone watching can feel it too. So that's the value of life. You want to keep that energy. Let's continue to go. We have until 10. Team, I haven't seen you put the offer in the chat. We did have an offer last night. How many of us did not take the offer last night? Put a 0 in the chat if you didn't, and then also if you did not, why? What happened? Why? If you did, put a 1 in the chat. If you actually did, put a 1 in the chat, and also put why. Why did you do it? Okay. If you did, put one in the chat. Put a 0 if you didn't. Put a 1 if you did. All right. Sunshine, next person, please.
Queen Jordan, you can unmute, love.
Hey guys.
Hi,
Sorry,
beautiful.
I have my little baby over here, so I'm trying to do both. But it was just very, let me take my headset off so you can hear me a little bit better. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Your sound went out. Your sound went out. We still can't hear you, beautiful. It's saying you're
Can
connecting.
you hear me now? I'm sorry.
Absolutely, we can.
Everything was just very powerful that was going on. Even during that time, it reminded me of I started the business in the worst time of my life. Like I had just lost my ability to walk. I had just lost both my babies, my brother, my uncles. Like I just lost everything, and I was like, I need to do something. So I focused my mind on something else because I needed to focus on something else. Otherwise, I was going to lose everything in me. So I just felt like it brought back that drive, like why I did it. And if I can do it in my worst, why can't I do it at my best?
Hmm. Yeah, that's powerful. And were you able to fully be immersed into the guided meditation? Or
Yes, I was.
okay. And what was your biggest takeaway from that?
It was that sometimes I just sit there for a minute and I need to learn how to time management better. Like I felt like I time management really well, but it's like certain things I can alter because although I'm doing multiple things, that's not helping me. I need to learn how to do things whenever she's sleeping or when she's taking a nap and just work how my schedule works because I can't work off of anybody else's schedule but my own.
Yeah, that's when it could get a little tough. You have to be creative. Everything that we do as far as being able to acquire businesses or protect your business and either grow a business, you have to get creative with it. So yeah, even like when it comes down to having children, yeah, you for sure gonna have to get creative with it and figure out exactly what's going to put you in the best position. But that's creating a system, right? The key thing is if we want freedom, we have to lock ourselves down in structure. So you have to create a system that is going to give you the ability to create that life. So I'm happy for you because you're still finding ways. You're not making excuses. You're looking for solutions, and I love that, Jordan. So let's continue to do that. Is there anything else you want to add before I let you go?
I just wanted to thank you for everything that you've instilled, like both of you, like both you guys, just even Sunshine and you, like it just brought back so much more. Like even this week, like my pastors are like, well, I don't know what's happening this week, but I'm like, man, it's this meditation. Like everything's just popping off, and the people in the community, like I haven't met so many good people in such a long time, and it's just so refreshing.
Hmm. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And thank you for that too. Sunshine, you want to come off of mute really fast? Thank you for that.
Thank you. And I know that feeling as well. I remember the beginning for me. And so many of us go through our life and we're searching for something. And sometimes you don't even know exactly what you're searching for until you really find it. And to be in a space that is not only safe, but you're surrounded by like-minded individuals who are looking to get to the next level just like you. And there's no that feeling of that crab in the barrel, right? Looking to pull somebody down. That is such a refreshing feeling. And
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I think many of us in here know that feeling so well. I hope you're taking advantage of this opportunity. And if that is the case, I just want to welcome you home. Welcome to your new family.
Hmm. Everyone send some love in the chat for Jordan. Any last thing, Jordan, before we let you go?
No, that's all. Thank you, hon.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Everyone send some love in the chat. Um, who else do we have coming up?
Tyler. Tyler's
Big
back.
Tyler, what's up? Tyler is another one who's been front and center. What's going on, Tyler?
You can unmute now. Okay. There you go.
What's good, my man?
What's up? Good to see
How are
you,
you, miss?
brother.
Sunshine, you're in the background when he brings you up, but you got wisdom gems, girl. You
Thank
do.
you so much. Thank you.
Man, this whole conversation populates a banner word, healing. We all need healing so much. So I'll jump back to your question on what was this guided meditate. I don't do meditation. I think I meditate, but it's introspective thinking. I don't just sit and do music and but man, I said, all right, I'm gonna do this. Let's go there. And I went there and I was like, all right, I'm feeling these different emotions and thoughts. And here's the biggest takeaway that I got out of it is I didn't necessarily ascend to some plane, but I started to think about the reality of all that's inputted into my life, the people who invested into me. And a lot of us lack acknowledgement. And I saw this moment of all these people that I sought validation from, wanting acknowledgement of, have I become who you thought I'd be? Have I done what you thought I would do? Have I accomplished and made good on what you invested into me? And there was this moment of clarity of, I felt like I had hands on my shoulders saying, some men are bravado. They'll just nod their head like you did it. They won't verbalize it and say it. And this was the clarity that came out of it. You did do it. You have become what we were not going to ever become. But we saw something in you that invested into you what we invested into you because we knew you were the one that could actually make it into reality. You can make it and do it. And it's like when that moment was like, I was like, I'm in real time right now. I would love to go to my grandfathers and my fathers and say these words to me. Thanks for all the investments through the years of comments. People invest through just random comments or maybe read this book or spend some time with me or go on this trip. But to have a man to man or human to human look you in the eyes and say, I believe in you. I entrust to you these ideas, assets, hugs, words of whatever words of affirmation, because I genuinely believe in you and you can go far and do good versus seek validation for years, finally achieve said goal, and then them look at you and just kind of go, you did it. Man, we need so much more. But in that meditation, I felt like people are prideful. They won't genuinely admit truths. But in that moment, I felt like all these people around me that knew that I could become what they believed and thought I could become, they finally had a small acknowledgement of that. And I was like, wow, it's like Matrix movie, Neo. I am the one. People are obviously investing into this because they do think, well, we're not necessarily the one, but we are a person of capacity that can become something special, really. People don't just randomly invest into you for no reason. And so that meditation was powerful. Like, I know how my grandmother really feels about me. She wouldn't have done all she's done through these years. I'd like some more overt, outward acknowledgement. some cues, some face-to-face time on this. But if the meditation and the clarity I got right there is all I get, and they never in this realm and time with their face and eyes acknowledge and verbalize that, at least I have the wisdom and the vision to see that truth. They all invested, so I need to rock with what they've invested and make good on it. And I know after this moment, like, I can make good on all those things. I can level up. I can become. I can do. I can manifest. It is possible. So now my limiting factor is me. Just get out of my own way. Let's go manifest it. Let's go make it happen. But still, I'm human. I'd love some love and acknowledgement in the flesh from these folks. Thanks for the investments through the years, but man, that's a mouthful. So let me land the plane. Thank you for that. Let me give you some flowers. I think you genuinely have a gift. Not everybody can just wade through the waters and take somebody into spaces mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I don't think everybody has that knack or they have the training for it. So you've done a great deed to all these people this week. And you, Sunshine, you're a woman. You got perspective that's different from a male, masculine perspective. It's almost like you've held these women's hearts in your hand and, like nurtured a baby into something better. I mean, if the women put in the chat or they started speaking how you've made them feel or bettered them, actually, y'all are super emotional creatures. They might just put paragraphs in the chat, but you've done a lot of good too. So hats off, man. That's my land the plane. Hats off. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I do want Sunshine to respond as well here. Sunshine, come on from you. Thank you.
Tyler, like everything you said, it's just, I don't know, put Yana, it was just so profound and perfect. Everything that you said. One thing that you said that stood out the most for me is the validation part. Because so many of us go through our entire life looking for someone else to validate us. We want to be seen and we want to be heard and we want to be loved on. And I remember, I don't know, I think it was last year sometime, I had got my ticket for validation that I needed and they needed to stamp it. And I'll never forget the feeling that came over me in that moment when I realized that validation is only for parking. That's it. And when it hit me, I literally had to sit in my car and cry because it was like, wow, I've been overextending myself, giving so much because I needed this person to validate me or I needed that person. I just wanted to feel a certain kind of way. And in that moment, I realized the only person that I need to feel a way about me is me. And once I allow myself to truly see me, the light, I can walk in it, I can stand in it, and literally live the light that I was always meant to be. And so I hope at some point you get that love that you're seeking. But as long as you give it to yourself, nothing and nobody can ever take that away from you. So for that validation, it's for parking only, baby. It's for parking only. And I think you're utterly amazing. And thank you for being here with us. And I hope you're continuing.
Absolutely.
I did sign up for the course last night. So
yes,
it's
welcome
gonna be it's gonna be an interesting 6 months to see how this ride goes.
Look forward to seeing you in the room.
Absolutely.
Ditto.
From the validation to the celebration, let's actually have people come off of mute and let Tyler feel it. And it may not be from grandma, but hey, look, it's from all of us here and it's in the flesh and it's real. Let them feel what it feels like to say, I'm proud of you. Thank you for being you. You're doing that. Everyone come off of mute and send some love to Tyler, please.
Let me get them. All right, everybody, let's go. Yes, Tyler.
Yes,
Tyler.
Tyler.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah, go
Wonderful
Tyler. That
gifts.
was
So
fabulous.
incredible.
Thank you. Tyler. We're proud of you.
Sharing your
And
story.
Tyler, you can do this. You got
Hey, inhaling
Awesome.
amazing.
Beautiful.
Walk in
So
that.
proud of yourself.
Love going
Stay
throughout this
proud.
entire process.
God bless your
So glad
gift,
you are
Tyler. A man
congratulations.
of
You
integrity.
did amazing,
God
Tyler.
bless you. You
Good
got
job,
this.
Taylor. Good
With
job.
God,
Good
you
job.
can
Good
do
job.
all
You're
things,
absolutely
Tyler.
wonderful. And don't stop showing up for
Greatness in
you.
you, Tyler. God
Go,
bless you, Tyler.
Tyler.
You
Bless you,
got this.
Tyler.
Good job, Tyler. You got this.
Lots of
You
love.
got this, Tyler.
Yes.
Mm. Sometimes you don't know what a small, hey, a thank you, a small, I'm proud of you, I acknowledge you. Just it goes a long way and it makes a person feel heard and seen. And never forget, we all want to feel loved, appreciated, heard, felt, and seen. That's the reality. And thank you for allowing Tyler to have that today. Without you all, Tyler couldn't have that. So I appreciate you. And without Tyler actually speaking up, Tyler couldn't get that. So it's all cyclical and it all works within the system. Let's continue to go. Let's bring up the next person. Unfortunately, I don't want the waterworks to start happening because we're getting down to the last couple minutes.
Mm.
Oh,
It's
let's bring
always
up
a
let's
lot.
bring up the next person.
Come on.
We done cried. They don't know, but we've cried on these calls before when it was time to go because of the stories that we all shared and the connection that we built. But there's a lot of people with their hands up, so I don't want to take more time up. Let's bring up Edward, right? Edward, what's going on? Edward gave us some gems
Hey,
yesterday, right? That was Edward who gave us some gems.
yeah. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you feeling today?
All is well. I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate everything that you've done this week. Um, when you asked us to call somebody and ask for forgiveness and talk to them, that that right there, I didn't expect the results that I got when I did that, and I didn't even expect the emotions to come out of me during that time when I did it. And I talked to my brother who we always at odd, always at each other and this, that, and the other, and family, like, y'all need to stop. But I talked to him one on one and he was just so happy to hear from me. I was happy to talk to him. And we talked throughout the day about business and different things like that. So it was beautiful. So you also talked today about traction. And this goes back to what you asked us to do earlier this week. Attraction. People are attracted to what we do for ourselves first. In order for somebody to be attracted to me, they got to look at me and see it. And he actually does. They can either feel it or they can see that I actually do certain things for myself first. And that's the initial attraction. So when we went back to earlier this week and asked for forgiveness, that was for us. And that was attractive because I started getting phone calls, all kind of requests, all kind of things started happening. So that was a blessing. So I appreciate you and Sunshine for bringing about the program and helping us become better, not only entrepreneurs, but better people.
Mm. And look, Edward, I don't know, Sunshine. I think this group is everyone who's coming up is just adding so much value, and there's so much depth and layers to this all, and I love it, absolutely love it. And it reminded me of something to what Edward just said. The frequency, right? It's so this life is frequency based. So when you open up the frequency to receive your brother's love in a different way, it opened up the frequency for you to receive other things. Same thing, the reason why we had everyone snap it up and clap it up for Tyler just now, because what is going to happen to Tyler is everything that he's been asking for will now show up from other people that he's been thinking about it from, right? So the same thing will happen to all of us. If there's someone in your life that you would love to talk to, or you would love to create a better relationship with, or just get closure with, it's not necessarily just to have a relationship with them. Remember, I told you in the beginning, it's not just because we do this exercise doesn't mean that we're looking to foster that relationship with that person. But what we're doing is removing negative space to add a room or at least a space for you to enter with something new. coming in, some new energy, some new space, and that's based upon frequency. If you're holding on to things, then guess what? A lot of relationships will be a little tight. But if you let things go, then relationships will flow. Anything else that you want to add on this, Sunshine?
This group is different. I don't know. And it's definitely about the frequency. And you said, King Edward, it hit me. It was something that ran through me in a second. And I hope nobody missed it. I hope you picked it up when he put it down. You said people are attracted to what you do for yourself first. My God, I don't understand if you know how much of a word that is. But everything that we have in our life and don't have at this very moment, everything as far as our feelings and how we feel and our interactions with people, start from that statement right there because people are paying attention to what and how you move for you. And when you start showing up for you a certain way, when you start believing in you a certain way, do you understand what you start attracting to you? And so, if you didn't get anything out of this week, please hold on to that statement and realize where you may be lacking in your life simply because of what you don't believe in yourself or how you're not showing up for yourself. And take the time out to make today the day that you start doing everything that you need to do for you so that you could attract everything in your life that you truly deserve. I'm truly in love with the people that are coming up here and speaking today. Y'all are filling my heart and my soul. This is soul food this AM, and I truly appreciate you.
Mm.
I love how you love you.
Mm.
That
I'm not gonna let you make me cry.
make her cry, Edward. Do it.
I love how you love you.
Whew. It's a journey. Mhm.
Yeah, we're going
Thank
live
you.
on Instagram, everyone. If you would love to join us on the Instagram as we get ready to shut down this Zoom, can you put the Instagram link in the chat, Jess, and put the offer in the chat? Is there anybody here who would like to take advantage of the offer and you didn't get to see it yesterday, or you didn't, have the idea like, okay, I'm convinced to do this for myself. If you are on the fence and you would like to see the opportunity again, let us know in the chat so we can put the opportunity back in the chat. Thank you, Edward. Everyone send some love to Edward. If you haven't already, powerful words, powerful brother. We appreciate you, Edward.
Yes, yes, yes.
Look, we got to get them in here. We got to, Also, too, I want to keep this in mind. Sunshine was also a student who came through a challenge just like this. Now, if we do see talent and we do see people who have certain abilities, I will, reach out to you and bring you up and give you opportunity to do some leadership work, personal development. And I've seen that within Sunshine before she could see this within herself because um, sometimes it's going to take an outside viewer to see you in a way that you don't see that would allow to spark a change in you to do what you need to do. And that's what we've been doing this week with the guided meditations and everything with the mindset. So be the person that shows your talent, shows your skill set, because there are always opportunities. All you have to do is make yourself available. Let's bring up the next person, Sunshine, please.
If you want to come up, Aisha, we would need your camera to be on for us to bring you up. Okay, here we go. Hey, beautiful. You could unmute.
Good morning. Good morning.
Uh,
I step out of my comfort zone a little bit, but I was like, it's the last day, so I have to do that for myself, show up for myself. But yeah, so this week was definitely eye-opening for me. Just taking the time to reflect on who I've become throughout this time, throughout this journey that I'm on. And I know we've all been through a lot. And for me, I've always loved to see people winning, like watching game shows or anything, just like to see somebody win. It was like I was always rooting for them. And now to take the time to look at myself as a winner, it's like it hits different. We're gonna like, wait a minute, I'm winning as well. Like I've come through a lot. I've gone through this journey and I'm still fighting for myself, and to be able to cheer for myself, like, you're doing this, like, you're taking the time to, to look at yourself in the mirror and see how you've grown, and love on yourself more, and, allow yourself to love on yourself, and that hits differently, it's good coming from other people, but to be able to do that for yourself, it hits different, and just to be able to look at how my relationships have grown since I've taken more time for myself. I am able to pour out on other people, and they say you can't pour from an empty cup, so it's like being able to take the time to fill up my cup, and with good things and positive things. So it's not just like I'm barely like, oh, you can have, I got this little sprinkle for you. You know what I'm saying? I can throw a little splash your way, but it's like, okay, I can actually, overflow onto people now, and it feels good. So it's definitely helped me to recognize that and realize that. Yeah.
Mhm. Absolutely. Sunshine, you want to add a little value here on this?
I just love the fact that, you decided to come from the back today. You realized that you've been hiding, and instead of staying there, letting this end, you chose to show up for you in this moment. And there's nothing better than choosing you and showing up for you and doing
Right.
that inside work. That inside work is everything. And as beautiful as we are on the outside, nothing compares to being beautiful on the inside. And when we start truly doing that hard work, we start aligning ourselves properly with the goals that we want so that we could have the success that we deserve. You're doing it, and I'm so proud of you. And welcome, welcome, welcome to the new version of you. I can't wait to see what you do, Queen Aisha.
Thank you.
Oh,
I couldn't get them kernels in the bag. Yeah, them kernels in the bag got me. I was like, I got to pop. Sometimes you got to pop.
go ahead and pop it. Pop
So
it. Let's go. I love it. I love it.
Absolutely. Everyone send some love in the chat for Aisha. We appreciate you 100%,
yeah.
Aisha. Stay
So
connected. Stay
thank
connected for
you. Thank
sure.
you. I love you guys for truly helping me out and helping me realize.
We
So
love you
yes,
back.
God bless you guys.
Yeah. We love you too. We love you too. Everyone put love in the chat, but spell it the way we know how to spell it, LUHV. So that way you have the phonetic spelling love. Let's bring up the next person, and then we'll continue to roll before we get ready to close out. Remember, we're done already, so don't feel like you're being held hostage. Right now, I'm just taking some hands to hold the space for people who would like to share. We're gonna head over to the Instagram. So who do we have up now?
Queen Terry, how are you, beautiful?
Whew, I need to take a breather.
Yes, breathe.
So,
It's okay.
I didn't get a chance to speak on the day before when y'all dealt with the marriage thing. And I'm in a marriage, 13 years, where I stopped living my life to work a business for him. And I've grew our business, this business, because it ended up getting put in my name. And I've grown this business to almost making 2 million in revenue. And I have no college education. I learned as I went. But everything that I've done, every sacrifice I've made, it's as if I did nothing. I'm not the type of person that need validation. but I am a type of person that want to be appreciated. So I'm gonna give a little bit about my younger years first, because just to bring it here, my mother and I did not have a good relationship. And it was not because I was a bad kid or anything like that. My mother and my father went through something while she was pregnant with me. And I was born in prison because of her consequences, something that she did in that moment. So all my younger years, all my life, really, she blamed me. Anything that my father did, I was to blame. And it was taken out on me. So in 2021, my father died. He died. He had a massive heart attack. And my dad always did for my mom. He was the one that always did work and did. She'd be laying in the bed. He just did. Bought her clothes, everything. He was that type of dad. He was a good man. My dad was a good man. He was a good provider. And my mom took advantage of that. I'm just going to keep it real. She took advantage of that. So when he died, she was left heartbroken because it happened so fast that she didn't get a chance to say anything.
Yo, that's it, bro.
And so when she got sick, she took sick after that. And I had to go down to Jacksonville because she was with my sister. I had to go down to Jacksonville. I'm just going to speed this up. So in her last days, I had to be the one to put things in perspective for the rest of my siblings. So I had a sister that wanted to care for her, blah, 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 but she wasn't in the place. She was sick herself. So we had to get the hospital to put my mom in a place where my mom would be taken care of. So they ended up putting my mom in hospice. And the last 4 days of her life, I took care of my mother in hospice. And prior to her not being able to speak, she called me up and she was just talking. She was rambling. So she wasn't coherent. Sometimes she was, sometimes she wasn't. And she said to me, I loved all my children. I did. And she began to cry. And I think that moment, that was the moment that she was trying to tell me that she loved me. But she didn't say it directly to me. She just said, I loved all my children. And I did. She kept saying, and I did. And I kept saying, Mom, it's okay. It's okay. So I forgave my mother way before she even said that to me. But now I'm in a situation. So this seeking that validation from my mother, because she was the one that instilled in me that I would never be anything. She was the one that would say that to me. Her sisters, they would get together and they'd be like, she's this, she's that. And they labeled me. But in them labeling me, I end up being the child that succeeded the most in life out of all of her children. I was the one that succeeded the most. I traveled the world. I've been places, I've done things, and I'm getting ready to go to Germany next month. So I've done a lot of things, but I'm in a situation now where I'm married to a person that do not see my worth. It's not that I don't love him. It's not that, I don't think he don't love me. I just don't think he knows how to love me to that capacity that I need. And I'm not trying to force that out of him. I did for years. But I'm at a place in my life now where I'm moving forward literally like I'm not married. Not, as far as business wise, I'm moving in a situation. I'm building outside of this business that we own together. Well, it's really in my name, but it's really his business, technically. So I'm trying to build something for me because He said things to me that it's unstable. And I'm the type of person, I need stability. I don't move when your mind is flip flop and you don't know where to go and you don't have a vision and all this
Terry,
stuff.
Wait, hold on, Terry. I'm loving what you're saying, but I'm noticing a pattern. Okay. How explicit can I be with you right now?
Very explicit.
So thank you for that. Sunshine did mention that validation was for parking, but it seemed like you parked your feelings in someone else's lot, and if they don't show up for you, you don't move. That's not how this life works. It doesn't work that way. That's why you feel struggle. You have to be the cause in the matter of your life, in your loving. If we understand the reason why we use neuroscience with all of this is just so it's not talk, just so it's not just anyone can come up here and tell you anything. It's science and evidence that proves all of what we're discussing here. If we know that the mental world has created everything before it gets printed, 3D printed in this 3D world, what does that tell us? Well, it tells us that the reality that you feel outside is a reflection of the reality that you feel inside. The same way that you see your mom is the one who instilled, hey, Terry, you're never going to be enough. You're carrying that and you're hoping that he disproves that and saying, look, mom, I'm married. I am enough. Someone married me. Look, mom, my husband is saying to me, I'm the one. I am. And then when he's not doing that validation, it causes miscommunication with you. I'm not saying this for you to agree with me. I've actually sat down and listened to you thoroughly to find the patterns in which you're expressing this to. And what it came out to me was you're a little bit disconnected from who you truly are. You've been so busy working on everyone else's project, and now you've forgotten about you. That's why you keep saying to yourself, well, my name is in the business because in some capacity, there's a sense of, you said I can be explicit with you, jealousy there. The jealousy there is the acknowledgement of this business. You said it yourself, and you said, I just want to be appreciated. That's the aha moment for you right now. Stay right here. It's not that he doesn't love you. It's not that he's mistreating you. It's you're just not seeing where you are appreciated. But I want you to realize how appreciated you are. If this is this man's business, he's a man. I'm letting you know this straight up. There's no disrespect, but he's a man and he's letting his woman run the business. That is enough in itself to say, I love you, I trust you, I appreciate you. I see that you're worthy. That is enough. But you know what? What we do? We always want more. Well, show me more then. Well, show me more. If you love me, show me more. Well, show me more. Sometimes it isn't anymore. Okay. When I was looking in that bag and I was eating popcorns, yes, I wish it was more. That's why I popped that. That's why I repopped them things. But the truth about it, it wasn't anymore. And I had to deal with the consequences. The consequences is you have to learn from what you just did. See, next time you should prepare yourself to eat before you come to somebody's house who you know is not plant-based, who you can't expect to give you anything. See, I'm not saying my sister was doing me wrong. Oh, you're not thinking about me, sis. You know I was coming over there. Why didn't you? No, you need to do for you so that way the reflection of the reality shows up for you. And I'm not saying that you aren't doing the work. I'm saying think about the negatives versus the notifications. You could look at the negatives all day, but why? When you could just look at the notifications. So for you, the notification is how much would this person appreciate you that they actually allow you to run the business? And think about your appreciation, having the money as a receipt for the value that you provide to help get it to a accumulation of millions of dollars. So Terry, the only person that isn't appreciating themselves right now so much is you. And I'm not in your marriage. So I'm not talking about all the other things. I'm only talking about what you said. Because we all think we're right, but whatever you tune into, you turn into. So you've been tuning into a frequency that tells you you're not enough. So now your mind is looking for all of the evidence. See, I knew it. I knew he didn't think I was enough. Oh, yeah, I knew it. And I'm going off on this because I don't want you to mess up a great thing that's happening for you, Terry. You have to see for yourself how can you elevate it. But at the same time, you have to look at yourself and see how you've been elevated. Now, I would love for Sunshine to add value on this in a way that I can't express to you from the divine femininity within Sunshine. Go ahead and come off of mute.
You know, this one is a little bit different for me. And so, Mindset Mogul is the male, and I am the female in this, right? But I heard you in a different way. Okay. And the reason why I heard you in a different way is because I was that wife for 20 years that we were serial entrepreneurs together. It was like he would have an idea, we would get things started together, and then it was like, okay, she'll handle it. She'll take care of it. She'll make sure it succeeds. And then he goes off, and then it's like, something else pops into his head, and it's like, we get started together, and it's like, okay, she got it. She'll take care of it. She'll make sure everything is good. And I did for so long, for so many different businesses, right? And what I've come to realize that, and I will say this, I'm no longer in that marriage anymore. And it's not to say that it was all bad. The problem was I was so busy making somebody else's dreams a reality, right? That by the time I exited, it was like all of these dreams that I had and had a vision board and everything. And it was just like, well, why didn't, and I remember being upset one time because it was like, you see it, you see what I want. Why isn't that a priority for you? And it wasn't a priority for him because it wasn't a priority for me. I was okay with playing the role that I was playing. So I can't even be mad at him. But what I can do now is focus my time and my energy into making sure that the things that I want, that I desire, comes to fruition. Now, it is a big deal. And I want you to, it's a huge deal. You say you're not looking for validation, but you do want to be appreciated and seen. And like, I heard you say you scaled this business to 2 point something million. Is that what I heard? Okay. That is a big deal. A big deal. And I don't know if he honors you enough for that. And I that's what I feel is that they don't recognize what you've done. And so it's not about the fact that you're actually running his business, right? Maybe you feel like he doesn't see you for what you've done. But I will say this, men don't express things the way that we do. So it's about the love language.
Right.
Right. And it's one thing to be loving somebody, but if you're not loving them the way that they need to be loved, then they're not going to feel love.
You missed it. Right. And that's what it is. Because he says things as if he'll get around people and he'll say things like she a dependent or, or you ain't doing anything, and not only do, I'm a good housekeeper. I love nice things. We built a nice home, I keep our home clean. I'm a good cook. I do all those things that a wife would do, none of that matters. It's like, that's what you do. That's just who you are. No, because if I was single, I'd be somewhere laying down. I don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? In my life, because I'm 55 years old. So the things that I needed in my younger years, I don't need that in my older years. I can have a sandwich and I'm cool. But you like these big extravagant meals. So I have to get in there and do all that. You know what I'm saying? I have to prepare and do all that. And I'm like, no, I don't feel like if I had my own place, I wouldn't need to clean up every day. I clean up
I'm,
behind you because you messy.
I'm
And
gonna
I
say,
like things neat.
listen, Terry, I'm gonna say this to you, right? Because I am an advocate for love. I'm sorry, but I am. I never want people to separate or not be together. I am the one who wants everybody to stay together, and I will sit up there and spend endless time helping people attempt to work through these things. At the end of the day, right now, this isn't even about your marriage. This is solely about you. And I think that when you tune into yourself the way that you need to for you, you will start to see things the way they need to be seen. Him, the marriage, you on a whole, and it's going to help navigate you to make the decisions that you need to make for the success that you want for you, not for him, not for the business, not for anybody else, but for you. I just want you to start journaling. If you're not, I need you to start journaling every day, right? And make sure that you don't ever leave a page empty without some form of gratitude. I don't care how the day went. Make sure you always leave some gratitude on that paper. But I need you to vent. You got to get this stuff up off you. You're heavy. You're heavy. I can feel you. You're heavy. And it doesn't mean you have to talk to anybody or vent to people. Sometimes all you got to do is just write it out. But you have to start releasing some of this stuff so that you can elevate to the next level that you need to simply for you. And when you show up for you the way that you need to, it's either going to make or break your marriage. But it's not about him. It's simply not about him. It is truly all about you. Do the work for you, show up for you, start loving on you, start appreciating you, start validating yourself. You don't need it from nobody else. You know who you are, goddess. Stand in that, stand in your power and walk in it. I think you're simply amazing. And I hope that you're continuing on this journey because you got some work to do for you, my love.
I am.
Good. So welcome to the family.
Thank you.
You at the bank?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, everyone send some love in the chat for Terry because Terry, remember the principles. If we all remember principles, our lives get a lot easier because we have a tendency to overcomplicate things. What you're experiencing on the outside is actually what you do to yourself on the inside. It's not that the outside makes you feel some type of way. Sometimes people are like that. They have, reactionary stage. But I want you to believe that all of what you want exists, but you have to start taking the initiative first to make it happen because we train each other to deal with us. So the way that you've trained him up into this point is how you trained him. You can't be mad at how he's responding or how he is because you trained him that way. What you would have to do is change your script in which how you operate, which also would change him, but you do it in a loving way. And that's why we have the Becoming More Effective in Less Time book. Did you get the Becoming More Effective in Less Time book? You said you ordered on Amazon? Okay. So when that comes in, make sure you read that and do the work inside of there and then watch what happens for you. Watch what happens for you. Something amazing will happen. And update us too. Everyone send some love in the chat for Terry. We appreciate you, Terry. Terry, you was Desmond before. Was you Desmond? What's your husband's name? He was the husband's account.
Listen, don't pay him no mind. Don't pay him no mind.
Shout out
Wait,
to
hold on,
Terry.
we
Let's
can't
go,
hear you.
Terry. Let's go. Turn it up.
That's on my computer. My husband programmed the business computer. So this is my phone. So I'm on my phone. Yeah.
Look, yes, first step. That's the first step. You on the phone now. See you making moves. You
All
focusing
right.
on you now. That's what I'm
You
talking
showing up in your name. You showing up in your name.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Everyone
Yes,
says
I
some love
love
in the
it.
chat.
I love it.
All right, cool. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to take everyone's hand, but we do have this Instagram. Come over to this Instagram. We only have time for one more. We really don't even have time for one more, but I will take this one more hand. Everyone else come over to the Instagram and then send a request to come up and we'll bring you up. So Sophie, Takia, and I think it was one more person. Come over to the Instagram. Put the Instagram in the chat, please. Come over to the Instagram. We'll bring you up there because unfortunately we cannot. We're already 2 hours in on this. How you feel about that, Sunshine? You think everyone should just come? Yeah, I think everyone should just come over because we're at 2 hours. We're at 2 hours. Unfortunately, yeah, we're at 2 hours. So
And it's the
Suzanne,
last day, right? So we went way
yeah.
over because it is the last day. Honestly speaking, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We would sit up here with y'all all day long. And it wouldn't matter what else he had to do, what else I had to do. We would sit here with you all day long. If I told you the amount of hours we have sat on these calls before, you wouldn't believe me.
What
But
was our record?
part
What was
is,
that? What was that record time? I don't want to tell him. I don't want to tell him. Yeah, I think we got him.
oh, wait.
1 p.m.
No,
Did we get to 1 p.m. one time?
I think 2 or 3.
Oh shoot, 2 or 3. I must have been sleeping for the other 2 hours. You must have been running the show. All right, come on over to the what's it called? Instagram. I don't know why sometimes I forget that it's called Instagram. Come over to the Instagram. That's because I need to be on it more. I'm not on it enough. Come over to the Instagram. Before you come over to the Instagram, get your free gifts that we put into the chat. We have some LLCs for you. We have the free Arena Pass, which is the platform, Love Plus, that will help you out. Like if you can't reach myself, you can't reach Sunshine, at least you have the Love Plus platform that can help you with all of this. Whether you're going through stress, whether you're being overwhelmed, or whether you're overworked and underpaid, the Love Plus platform will give you the developmental systems that would allow you to start to see success in your life like none other. This is all about personal and business development. The way you do one thing is how you almost do everything in your life. So if you start taking care of you, working for you, everything else starts to work for you. And that's basically what we was just demonstrating or talking to Terry about, is that when she starts to put the focus on her, because the focus is on other people at the moment, she put the focus on her, that's when the life will change. People lied to you. They lied to you. They tell you that the world does not revolve around you. They lied. The world does revolve around you. If you don't live, then you don't have a world. So as long as you're living, your world is revolving around you. This is why I say you are the star of your story. You are the MVP of your life. Go ahead and put MVP in the chat. Go ahead and put MVP in the chat. You are the most valuable participant. And guess what? Time is not waiting for any one of us. Time is not slowing up. It's not thinking about what you're doing on the weekend. It's not giving you extra time. In fact, time is speeding up, if anything. Time is saying you're moving too slow. So at some point, we have to become more effective in less time. And we've given you every option to be as explicit with yourself as possible. We allow you to come up and break past your paradigms of public speaking. We have you increase your courage, your confidence. We give you challenges to become more clear. Are you taking advantage of these things? Are you getting complete with the people on the phone that we asked you to get complete with, that maybe you had a falling out with? Are you working on you? We're giving you the Becoming More Effective in Less Time guidebook that would allow you to be your best version, because good is no longer good enough. And we're stepping into our next level of great. Right, Tatisha? All right, step into your next level, right, Tyler? Cheryl, Shanita, Tyra, Johnny, Jamal, my guy Jamal, Arsenio, Miranda, Ebony, Janae, Sonia. There's a lot of people. Connie, Janice. I always feel like I'm DMX every time I start reading up, because there's always a bunch of women's names. Just start reading up the names. But unfortunately, we do have to close up this Zoom. Come on over to the Instagram. Send a request to come up and build. This has been your See You at the Bank 5-day mentorship. I've also meant to do this. Let me put this in the chat. We do have the Saturday classes, the mindset resets. Okay, mindset reset. If you do want to be with us to network on Saturday, we have the mindset reset networking groups. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat on Saturday. It starts at 9:30. Yeah, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is the link for the mindset reset. Sunshine, while you're giving us the final words for this entirety of the week, I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the chat. The floor is yours. Wait, do you want me to put the heartstrings on? Let me put the heartstrings on for you.
No, I don't need no heartstrings.
Hey, you're getting it today. You're getting the heartstrings today. All right.
Listen, speaking just from the heart, I'm not sure, right? I'm gonna call this Freedom Friday, and for those of you that celebrate, how appropriate when it's a Juneteenth, right? This is your Freedom Friday, and I want you to remember that freedom isn't just about where you've been. It's about the choices that you make from this moment forward. Passing over that Freedom Friday, I want to call it Finally Friday. I want y'all to put finally in all caps in the chat. Put finally. Because finally you are showing up for yourself. Finally you are choosing you. Finally, you want more for your family, for your life, for your future. Finally, right? You are refusing to settle for less than what you deserve. Finally, you are seizing the opportunities like this that's been placed before you. Finally, you're being present, right? Instead of postponing your purpose, instead of putting this off until later, instead of still sitting in the back. On this day, on this Friday, this Freedom Friday, this Juneteenth, this finally Friday, I want you to celebrate you for finally showing up for you, for finally thinking bigger, for becoming bigger. I want you to understand that you are free to choose what you do with every minute of every day of your life. So right now, make it count. Make it count. I want y'all to go out here and be amazing. Be the amazing person that you've always been destined to be. And let nothing and nobody stop you. It's been an absolute pleasure to spend this time with you all. I hope if there's anybody that's still on the fence, finally choose you. You prayed for this. You was asking for it. You didn't know how it was going to show up. It's here. Finally, take the time out to not miss out on this opportunity. I love you all to life, and it's been amazing being in this room with you all.
Absolutely. Can we have everyone come off of mute, snap it up and clap it up for an amazing experience? If you had one, come off of mute, snap it up and clap it up.
New day, new grind, the clock resets. Last year's lessons still fresh on the breath. Drums in my chest, running for the climb.
Thank you so much.
We rise together, this year is mine.
Thank you.
Step up, step out, leave the fear behind. One life, one shot, this the moment we grind.
Forward we march, greatness redefined. This year we rise, we glow. This year, unstoppable flow. This year, watch the gardens grow. We win, we build, let the whole world know. This year we rise, we glow. This year, unstoppable flow. This year, watch the gardens grow. We win, we build, let the whole world know.
Boom, boom, clap, the rhythm don't stop. Boom, boom, clap, climbing to the top. Boom, boom, clap, we sow, we reap. Boom, boom, clap, now the harvest year. Power in the purpose, wealth in the giving. We flip the script, redefine living. Every brick laid lifts the next soul higher. Kindness ignites, spreads like wildfire. Boardrooms buzz, ideas take flight. Innovation sparks under city lights. No, 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 no.
Right.
New day, new grind, the clock.
Y'all go out there and be amazing. We'll see you later. If you want this playlist, I'll put the link in the chat. If you want these playlists for these songs that you've been hearing.
Stepping in the light, this brainwave shift. Turn pain in the game, every loss uplift. City on my back, but my posture rich. Dream in the dark, now the switch they lit. No runs far when I say my name. Rewild, otherwise I don't play that same. Old code in my head, had to break that chain. Now the pathway paved with the winds I claim.
Let's go.
Yeah, power, money, respect, I evolve with it. New pathways in my head, watch me solve with it. Change, transform, I was built to collect more life, more growth, that's the real asset. Power, money, respect, put it all on deck. New pathways when I move, every thought direct. Change, transform, I was born to connect. More life, more growth, that's the real asset. Pocket full of plans, I don't chase loose change. Every dollar just data, I expand my range. Stack base, stack skills, then the paper grows. I invest in the mind, that's how favor flows. Had to silence every doubt, that's a loud old voice. Now I edit my beliefs like a ground up choice. Turn fear into fuel, turn stress into steps. Every setback, sketching out the stairs I rep. Yeah, I pivot when the path look blocked off. If the road ain't there, then I blast off. From the gutter in my thoughts to a glass loft. Had the bed on my brain, that's a jackpot. Yeah. Yeah, power, money, respect, I evolve with it. New pathways in my head, watch me solve with it. Change, transform, I was built to collect. More life, more growth, that's the real asset, yeah. Power, money, respect, put it all on deck. New pathways when I move, every thought direct. Change, transform, I was born to connect. More life, more growth, that's the real asset.